Welcome back, or welcome to Elements of Elaha, where I talk about things that interest me, affect me, or am very passionate about. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my issues with college stories. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The main issue I have with these stories is that they keep trying to use the 4-year timeline that they used for high school and apply that onto college stories, and that really is just not the case. With high school stories, it's a relatively easy story to tell. You're there for 4 years, and every single year, you already have your core classes filled out, and the only classes you can really register for are electives. And you need a certain amount of credits to move on to the next grade level. Now, with our schools here in Georgia, if you fail a class your first semester, you can take credit recovery in the second semester, and usually the courses will last for about 3-ish weeks. And then if you fail a class the second semester and you can afford to go to summer school, you go to summer school, and if not, you have to retake the class over the next year. High school stories, it's relatively easy because you'll start high school at 14 or 15, and then by 17, 18, you are done with school, and anything older than that, you would be considered a super senior. But when I was watching the premiere of The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I saw the show refer to a 21-year-old Jeremiah as a super senior, that really pissed me off. So in the third season of The Summer I Turned Pretty, there's been a 4-year time jump where Belly is now a junior in college and Jeremiah is a senior in college. Sometime in Jeremiah's collegiate career, he ended up changing his major. And since he changed his major, he now has to graduate a semester late. So now Jeremiah mentions he's going to be a super senior taking freshman classes. And honestly, that just made me think. I'm like, do the writers actually know how college works? Because with college classes, you spend your first 2, sometimes 3 years taking prerequisites. If you hadn't taken the prerequisites that you would usually take your freshman or sophomore year, you wouldn't be able to take the classes you need for your major. And since Jeremiah changed his major, some of the classes that he took with his previous major may not apply to the current degree he wants to pursue. So either way, whether he checked his email or not, he still would have been graduating a semester late, or not even a semester late, maybe a whole year late, because he now has to take the prerequisites for his new major before he can even take the required major classes that he needs to graduate. A lot of college shows push the idea that it's just 4 years. You start when you're 18, 19, and by the time you're 22, 23, you're out and you're ready to go into the workforce, and that just is not the case. One of the reasons why it may take longer than 4 years to complete your degree, and this happened to me, is sometimes your college will require you to take classes that don't apply to your degree, but you still have to take them because the college makes you take them. Having to take these classes literally put my classification behind, and I have to deal with this every school year, all because colleges want to be greedy. It's literally such a shame. If you end up failing a class or dropping a class, that can also push your graduation date back. And especially once you start getting into the core classes that you need for a major, they are only offered at certain times of the year. They're not available year round. So that can also push your graduation back as well. Like, you cannot do a traditional 4-year bachelor's degree in the standard 8 fall spring semesters. If you do not take summer classes that are the same price as if you were to pay for a 16-week course, yeah, you're not graduating in 4 years, Buki. Another thing that college storylines and college shows don't do properly is represent the different age ranges that you will see at college. And this is why A Different World and Community will always be the top tier college shows because they actually represented college life accurately. I feel like a lot of the modern college shows just focus too much on sorority and fraternity life, just like Greek life in general and dorm drama, rather than showcasing the different kinds of faces that you will see at college. Yes, typically the average college student could be fresh out of high school, but you can also take classes with high schoolers that are doing dual enrollment. You can take classes with people that are your parents' age. You could be taking classes with people that have children. You could even be taking classes with senior citizens. So the summer I turned pretty, trying to use Jeremiah being a super senior as a drag in a place where you can literally be taking classes with literal senior citizens. Please. College is nothing like high school. I really appreciated how, with A Different World, you had characters like Whitley and Ron that stayed behind an extra year in college, whether that's figuring out what they wanted to do or they didn't take a class if they needed to. So their graduation was pushed a year back. They had to graduate a year later. Or characters like Jaleesa that went back to college at 26 and still finished their degree. And with Community, you had characters like Troy and Annie that just graduated high school and they entered college. Jeff, the protagonist, that went back to community college after some nonsense with his college degree. Shirley, that was a mother of two, eventually three, that went back to college. And Pierce. Pierce is racist behind, but he was a literal senior citizen at a community college. That is what college is like. You could hear people talking about their spouses and you would think that it's just the professors that are talking about their husbands and or their wives. No, it would be your fellow classmates as well. But yeah, as a fellow college student, I just want to tell all my other college students that could be watching this video that you could definitely do your bachelor's degree in 4 years, but it's not by that fall spring timeline. If you do want to do that, you do have to take some summer classes. And if you just want to enjoy your summer away from academics and take it off or go get a job, it's perfectly fine to do that. It is perfectly fine taking an extra year or two to complete your degree. This is not the place where you need to be comparing yourself with your peers and be like, oh, my peers are graduating at 21, 22, 23, and I'm still here taking an extra year or two to complete my degree. What matters is that you're gonna get your degree. But most importantly, stay on top of your college emails. Outlook is your best friend in college. Same as DegreeWorks. When these advisors try and play in your face, use DegreeWorks and that course map to help you. And honestly, this job market right now ain't looking the best. So there's really no need to rush. Take advantage of that student discount a little bit longer. And to Hollywood, bring back the college shows like A Different World and Community, where we see college students of different ages, where we see the ones that are doing dual enrollment. We see the ones that have went back past traditional college age of 18 to 23. We see the parents going back to school. We see the senior citizens in these things as well. Anyways, y'all, that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe, and check out my last video right here. Anyways, y'all, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.